This is the black flush mount fuel cap and gauge for '09 and newer Harley Davidson Dynas. This is Harley part number 75327-09C. Alright, so it comes with the instructions, and there's a few other parts that I will open up. It looks like this one with the wires will be the actual gauge that will replace that. And the other one is just a cap that will replace that side. Alright, so here are the parts. And this side is the fuel gauge, and you can't really see it because it does light up. It lights up blue. And it comes with the connector, because you have to fish these down through a hole that's in the tank. And the small one, this is the ring that goes on the side of the fuel cap. Alright, so the first step is to remove the existing fuel cap. And it says to clean around the outside and the inside of the fuel hole, or whatever they call it. So I'm just using regular rubbing alcohol. And then it says, oh, it says to also clean this. So I'll do that right here. Now it says to install gas cap into fuel tank. So that's the cap. Now we have to put on the, what you want to do, I guess, is find the best location, because it's kind of, if you can see it, it's kind of different on all sides. So you just want to rotate it until it feels like it's flush all the way around. Alright, so they say you should put masking tape on both the tank and the ring itself. So what I'm going to do here, hopefully this works as I see, I'm going to put one right on the edge of there. And the other one, using the flat edge of the tape, the other one will go right on that ring. And then I'm going to take a little marker. I'm going to put a mark that coincides with each other. Then I should be able to just take this off and drop it right in line with the marks. And I can remove this. So that appears to be pretty solid. So that's the easy side. I gotta take a picture so I can send it to my son. It says you're supposed to push for 10 seconds, which I don't know if I did, but I am now. Alright, so I've got that done. Alright, the first thing I need to do is get into this box here where the battery is and disconnect the negative terminal. Then I have to go up under the tank to disconnect the harness that's connected to that, and then I'll pull that right out. On the dyno, to get access to the battery, you just have to loosen this screw here. And then once that screw is out, you just pry the box, lift up, and there it is. Alright, so I'm going to use this wrench here, and it should just be a 3/8. That's what I got here. And it looks like the battery's got a little corrosion. Now that the battery is disconnected, I can come down here. You can see this is the wire that feeds up to the fuel gauge. And up underneath is the connector, but it's hooked. So you have to kind of fiddle with it to get it up over that hook. So I'm gonna go do that, hold on. Okay, so I was able to pull this down, and you can see the clip there. You just have to pinch that, and that releases it. That's what gets pulled through when you pull that out. But in order to do that, you have to pull the wires out of this clip. You need to take a picture of the connector so that you know exactly how those wires go back in, because you have the same wires there that you do there. So this way you know. And you got a new connector in case you can't reuse that one. To get these wires out, you need to use a paper clip. And if you can see inside there, there's black holes that correspond with the wires. If you put the paper clip in there, and sometimes it takes a little fishing around, you can disconnect the wire from the harness and pull it straight back. This is not easy. If all else fails, I will just cut the wire. Yeah, it comes with a harness and everything, so there we go. It is 106 degrees out today, so alright, so you see that's the existing. It comes right out. You see these two little prongs, or what do they call them? Tabs. You got two tabs that are close together, and you got several that are far apart. So you have two there and you have two there. Okay, so they tell you that you need to find those. Okay, and then on this, you've got two tabs. You see this one here, and you have this skinnier one in the back. It says you have to, okay, it goes align wide tab with rear tabs in the fuel tank cup. So to me that means it would go to the back like such. But first, you see the hole down there. Let me light it up for you in case you can't see it. You see the hole? These wires need to be fished down through the hole. Easy enough. Okay, so you find those two tabs right about there. So that skinny tab goes to the front of the tank. Okay, so it's in there. Now it says to remove the gauge, pull fuel gauge from housing. The gauge housing will be in the unlock position. Loosen, but do not remove screws. Put fingers on screw heads. Push and rotate clockwise. All right, so I need to get a Torx bit. It is a T15 Torx bit. And you're supposed to loosen them slightly. And then you can see them moving a little bit, but man, it's tight. So there we go. Okay. Now once they're lined up into the big holes, and you tighten them down. And that should tighten the housing into the slot. Doesn't say how tight though. I don't want to over tighten, so I think that's good. Oops, sorry. I'm just hoping that that is the correct way, because there's no way to see. Oh, it is. I can see the lights. Okay. So I had that installed correctly. I gotta send another picture to Andrew. Lining up the adapter just like the picture, these wires should slide in with no problems. Okay, so all three of them are in. You fold that back over. Plug this back in. And by all accounts, we should have a gauge that works as soon as I hook the battery back up. That looks pretty solid. I gotta take another picture and send it to my son. So there you have it. Well, the final step is to secure these wires back up on the hook that's in the track of the tank. So I'll do that. There's not much to see. You just have to feel around for it.